So those last three songs and this song were all written on the same day, and I'll tell you the reason. So there's some things that happened in February. One of them was Jamal passing away. Another one was this very public court case, but that sort of came after it. But the other one was February 9th. I was playing the rehearsal for the Brit Awards, which is like our version of the Grammys. And February 10th was the awards, February 9th was the rehearsals. And I was doing a version of Bad Habits with Bring Me the Horizon. It was a metal version. Pretty awesome. You should go and check it out on YouTube. We've got flying vampires and flames and death screams. It's good. But anyway, after the rehearsal, I stepped off stage and I looked at my messages, and it was a message from my wife. Just to put it in context, in sort of like January, there'd been this lump that had been there for a while, and usually a lump is a lump. I have lumps. They're not anything. They're, you know, you think a lump is a lump. And so she went to get this lump removed, and they removed it, and cool, all good, lump removed. And then she'd been to the doctors for a checkup that day that we were doing the rehearsals, and I look at my messages, and it just says cancel all the plans, it's cancer. And she at the time was 6 months pregnant with our second daughter. And I read that, and I was like, I don't even know what that means or where we go from there. Like, can we have the baby? Like, do you go through treatment? Can you have treatment with baby? That's sort of, everything's going through your mind. And I tell you, the worst thing to do in that situation is Google. Dr. Google is just, no, it's the worst thing. So I went home, and we went to see the doctor the next day, and they explained to us that there was this rare form of cancer, and they didn't know much about it, and didn't know what the treatment would be, and that we have to wait for more tests. And then there was like 2 weeks of not knowing anything, and in that 2 weeks your mind goes everywhere. And bear in mind, in those 2 weeks Jamal also passed away, and I'm just about to go into this court case, and then first day of the court case my other friend Shane passed away, and you're kind of like, my head is just sort of like, when is this going to fucking end? And then the day of going to see this cancer specialist in North London was when the morning I wrote all these songs. And we went there, and he explained to us the routes for treatment, and one of the routes for treatment was waiting until our daughter was born, which we did do, and then a week later Cherry got the operation, and 6 months later had the checkup, and thankfully he's all good now. I speak to her a lot about this, because I sometimes feel quite silly standing up here talking about this, because it is in the past, and I'm digging up the past, and so many people go through so much worse things than what we went through, obviously, and it feels weird standing on stage every week talking about this and explaining it, but this is how the songs were created, and I feel like being honest is good, rather than just standing up here and just saying that. So this song was written on a very, very misty, cold February morning, and goes like this.
Sycamore in the summer, bearing leaves, swinging, pushing our daughter underneath. Flowers bloom in the garden, swaying breeze. Just imagine a world where we could be. Right now in the waiting room, emotions running wild. Worry about my lover and I'm worried about a child.